I'm sure it is. Um,
When the live streaming is recording this, does it capture its own voice? Does the recording begin with?
honestly, I think it used to, and I think it's gotten a little bit better about trimming the beginning and end of things to give it a little bit of stuff. I don't. I'm a little concerned because I don't see it. Um, okay. All right. All right. There we go. All right. Okay. It's appearing. Now, yeah. All right. Cool. So I have the text here. I tried to put some things on Jamboard, but it was really frustrating using this computer for some reason. So I'm kind of gonna just let that be. Um, but I think you can see the notes and everything right on the
Yep.
screen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's move this back over here. There. All right. So we're gonna finish up chapter 1. Previously, just to kind of review of last week. That's funny. It's not showing me. Okay, there it is. All right, come on. We kind of had this trajectory of going to the first one. We talked about lenses and things. This is like it's kind of from the first meeting. I don't know if it's a review from the first meeting or whatever, but we kind of had these notes from the end of chapter 1, apparently, and the beginning of chapter 2. They're kind of approaching the talk about like is what kind of devil is our scientific understanding and stuff like that. I think this is in chapter 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so this is chapter 2, specifically the vitalism and souls discussion, which we'll get more into. We had a discussion about aliveness and diva worm. A lot of wanted him to explain more of the name drops.
Oh yeah, I didn't follow up on a single one of those. I meant to report back with my findings, but maybe next week.
I shared my extremely awesome picture of this Norbert Wiener quote, which I think is from the original cybernetics. He kind of gets really close to saying some adjacent things in the reading for today, but I think it's not from this book. I think it's from the original one. The purpose of cybernetics, which is from page 17. I guess it would be nice to recall that, is to develop a language and technique that will enable us to indeed attack the problem of controlled communication in general, but also to find the proper repertory of ideas and techniques to classify their particular manifestation under certain concepts. So it's more vague when I read it again this time. If we had a discussion about the motor control and how explicit the good regulator theorem needs to be. And we had a Maxim Roginski, and Bradley kind of mentioned, the shutdown of these control theoretic metaphors by philosophers until they figure out what the hell's going on by reading post-1960s control theory literature. And that was sort of a interesting point that came up last time. And I think that was kind of, I had this extended brick analogy about affordances and using bricks at the end of the last week. When we wondered a bit about like Shimero versus how to Bradley offered the question, how do affordances and control relate? And we mentioned, okay, what about Shimero and synergies? I got emotional about Notion apparently. So yeah, that's kind of the rapid recap. And I'm assuming we're kind of like at the very edge of this chapter, if not finished it. I don't remember exactly where we left off, but
I don't remember where we left off like in the book, but I do remember one like open question that we left off on was kind kind of like this, what is life and how much does the category matter for Wiener? Because it didn't seem like it mattered that much. And then that's when you preview chapter 2, and then he makes it more explicit that like he wants to stay away from talk about the soul and vitalism. But I, even after looking at chapter 2, it kind of seems like the distinction between living and non-living matters for even if machines and organisms are both just these entropy reducers. It seems like distinguishing the two like matters. And is page 25 and oh no. So there's a quote on page 25. If the feedback system is itself controlled, if, in other words, its own entropic tendencies are checked by still other controlling mechanisms and kept within limits sufficiently stringent, then disorder will not occur, and the feedback will increase the stability of the performance. I guess I should pause, wait for Jesse to come back.